Welcome to the Book Day with You session, episode number 91. Today we have this special book to recommend to you. Yes, Life Force by Tony Robbins, Peter Diamandis, and also Robert Hariri. And now, this book, Tony Robbins beautifully explained the latest scientific, medical, and lifestyle advances now available to maximize health and lifespan. This is a must read for anyone who desires to function optimally now and protect themselves from diseases in the future. One of the central principles of this book is that you need to be the CEO of your own health. The experts should be our coaches, but not our commanders. When it comes to your family, your faith, your health, your finances, only you can make the critical decisions. Because in the end, you must live with the results that your decisions create. This book is such a thick book. Yes, so thick. It's across 700 over pages, and we contain five different sections. Today, we're going to share with you all these five sections, and we'll all focus, but all go to the section number 5. So let's start with the section number 1 first.
Yeah, thanks, Joyce. I'm so glad to talk about this book by Tony Robbins about Life Force. And then again, of course, Tony is not medical guru, but he has gathered all the medical experts to talk about the latest medical explorations, research findings that we can use to help our health. So I'm going to talk about section 1 and section 2 a little bit. I know I didn't do justice to this 700 pages book, but I just want to touch very briefly on what is section 1 and section 2. This book have 5 sections. So section 1 is about the life revolutions, and he wants us to discover the latest in preventive, predictive, personalized diagnostic tools that can save our life. And one of the things that Tony Robbins himself have used is stem cell. And I know this is kind of controversial, but this is a new kind of things that can help a lot of people. Like Tony Robbins has used stem cell for her shoulder pain treatments that he has it for like 14 years. And this is a lifesaver for him. And he used stem cell to treat it, and it works miraculously in a very short time. And a lot of athletics actually use this also, like Tiger Woods, Rafael Nadal, Cristiano Ronaldo. They have all used stem cell to recover from their torn ligaments, their back pains without surgery. And he heals within weeks rather than months. So we have to, give it a try or explore this option if you have some pain on your body that for quite some time, and you can explore this, because what Tony say is your quality of life is your quality of the cell in your body. So the cell in your body is important. When our cells are healthy and strong, we will be fully alive.
Yes, I 100% to this. When our cell is healthy, yes, you'll feel so much alive.
Yeah. And talk about section 2. Section 2 is also about stem cell, but it's about regenerative medicine revolution. Regenerative means that we can reproduce certain organs of our bodies, like replacement lung, replacement shoulder, hand, fingers, all these things. This can be done already, currently. I mean, Tony theory is like this. If we can keep our car and planes and buildings forever with continuous maintenance, with unlimited store of spare parts that we can replace, why can't we do this unlimited supply or transplantable organs to keep people living indefinitely? So yeah, things that we can grow and replace, like lungs or your kidney. If we can do that, I think it can help save a lot of life. He also touched about 3D printed organs. Yeah, nowadays we can even print our organs. We don't have to grow, we can print it out like a printer. I think people already say that they can print object. Now they can even print organs, and they have 3D bioprinted skin for burn victims, for retinas, for your ears, for your heart, your kidneys, your livers and lungs. So it's pretty amazing. But just let you know about this.
Yes, thanks, Gideon, for that. Section 1 and Section 2 summary. And let's go to the section number 3, is talking about what you can do to boost your vitality, improve your health, and also increase your longevity. Talk about this, and as a nutrition coach, and I always talk about all this fundamental, because we as a human being, we cannot run away from all this fundamental. First, talking about diet. Many studies have found that diets that's high in animal protein, especially processed meat and also the red meat, definitely can really help you to increase the risk of a lot of diseases. For example, cancer, diabetic, high blood pressure, prostate cancer, breast cancer, all those things. So talk about diet. That is something that we want to accompany ourselves with more fruits and vegetables. Second point, we talk about the exercise. So reduce the risk of cancer by 40%. Sometimes, a lot of time, we may get ignored about what are the importance of exercise. Exercise is not just to lose your weight. It is also definitely for your overall health. It can reduce your risk of stroke by 45%, slash your risk of diabetic by 50%. Exercise just 15 minutes a day can already help you to lower your risk of premature death by 20%. Look at that. It is such amazing data to show you how important is exercise for you every single day. Because as we work a lot in front of the laptop, sitting is like a normal thing for us to do every single day. And sitting is a new smoking. Look at this thing.
Sitting is a new smoking.
I didn't smoke, but because of a state, and I also was a smoker. Yeah. Oh my goodness. But the thing is, like, look at that. When you sit, you can actually, for me, I tend to really walk a lot. When I sit, I just sit for 20 minutes, the most, the maximum. Then I will just stand up and I just take a few walks. Then I come back to continue my work. So I really encourage you all, don't just sit forever and ever in front of a laptop. And the third point, talking about fasting. That is the time restricted eating time. Eat at an early dinner. Ideally, you finish your meal 3 hours before you sleep, and then eat nothing at all for at least the next 12 hours. Means that you actually restrict the time, the time frame, like at least the 12 to 14 hours, you actually didn't eat anything. And the last point I want to carry out is the most important of all, is the power of sleep. I always tell people that, you can skip your lunch, you can skip your dinner, you can skip any of your meal, but you can't skip any day of your sleep. That is the power of the sleep. If you are looking to live a long and healthy life, sleep must be the most single important ingredient of all. Not the diet, not the exercise, but it's the sleep. So please go and find the right amount of your sleep for yourself. If you cannot find, don't know how to find, go to get a coach, right? That's important for you. Yes.
Okay, let's go to section 4. Section 4 is tackling the top six killers in the world, which is heart disease, stroke, cancer, chronic pains that come with inflammations and autoimmune disease, obesity, diabetes, and Alzheimer's. So I can't finish talking about everything about these top six killer, but some of the things that we must take note is heart disease is really the number one in US or even the globe, because in US, like 1 out of the 5 people die of heart disease. 80 million die every year in heart disease in US. And cancer also, I think a lot of people, your friends or everyone must touch about cancer. And this book talk about like we are always, I don't know whether you all agree or not, this book talking about we are always developing cancers in our bodies. It's just that our immune system can find the way at the very beginning and defeats them. So when our immune system fails us, so this is when cancer take hold. So it makes sense that you must have a high performing immune system. So, and this is one of the best important way to defend against cancer and virtually like all diseases. Right? And diabetes and obesity also, yeah, we all know that this is one of the problem. Even the book come up with the word diversity, diabetes and obesity, diabetes. And the book say that the real culprit now is our food environments. I mean, the food environment now is very powerful, or what we eat. So in US, Americas, the unhealthiest food is the most tastier food, the cheapest food, the largest portion food, the most available food, and the most fun foods. So think about it. And we used not to have food everywhere. Like now, petrol station, roadside, everywhere you can think of, you can get your food, or even click your PC notebook, you can order food comes to your doorstep. So we never have this so available food available to us until this century. So this is one of the things that we need to take discipline on your food. And the book suggests that to radically reduce your intake of sugar and shift your diet to high quality foods.
Yes, definitely. I love all the good points about that because, sometimes we all know that, yeah, the processed food is not good for our health, but it's just like we are so indulging inside, but sometimes it's just how ourselves can actually minimize it. I didn't ask you to completely say no because sometimes you do have a social life, right?
Yeah.
So it's okay, but just once in a while, how, learning how to minimize it is critical step. Okay, let's go to the section number 5.
Yeah.
And this is something that we both love to talk so much
Yeah.
about.
Section number 5 is about longevity and mindset, and it touched my heart a lot because it resonate with me a lot, and also with Joyce, I
Yes,
think.
definitely.
So, and the section start with talking about emotional home, and it quite intrigued me, it quite surprised me. It talk about emotional home, and Tony talk about that. Generally, people in good times or in bad time, whatever time, we keep going back to our emotional home. So your external environment may be positive, negative, whatever, but we used to go back to our emotional home. Example, some of the people, their emotional home is maybe anger, angry. So whatever that they meet, they will have come up with the reaction of anger, happy, not happy, and they will take reaction on that. And some people emotional home maybe is sadness. So whatever they see, they will see sadness behind. Or some people, their emotional home is anxiety or worry. So even that person, when they are rich, they are also anxiety. They also worry about their money, or they will lose. So to Tony, the most important thing is to remember the quality of your life is the quality of your habitual emotions, where you will always go back to. And whatever environment you have, but you will always go back to your emotional home, your base.
So
And
good.
yeah, and of course, Tony like to talk about focus. Maybe Joyce, you want to talk about focus? I know you are focus queen.
First is like just now
Yeah.
you share about the emotional home, right?
Yeah.
I can relate it so much because it's like when I get to know Tony back in like 10 years ago, learning from him as a mentor, then he talked a lot on about the quality of the life is directly proportional to your quality of the emotions. It's so much related. And myself, I experienced some emotional fluctuations. It's like for the past half a year. It's not easy, but I just want to let you know that we as a human being, sometimes we do meet up with a lot of life challenges that we need to deal with that. And I allow myself to experience that. And I really, really get to know and experience and feel this sentence, what he say, your quality of your life is the quality of your habitual emotions. So it's like how you get back yourself, but because of some fluctuations of my own emotions, and I found one thing I said can go back to my emotional home. This is something good, but because of some fluctuations, I found that my quality of life, my life, also get affected. So now we change to a little bit on the focus part. What we focus definitely can create our feelings. Very, very key. Wherever your focus goes, your energy will flow. Yes, your energy will flow according to your focus. Because some people will constantly focus on what is wrong. And
Yeah, I think people will always find wrong. If you want to find wrong, you can find wrong. Yes.
it is always available.
Yes.
But sometimes think about it. What's right is also always available, right?
Yeah.
So think in a different way, reframing, how to change your reframing. That's really, really so helpful to me, especially when I continue, into my rabbit negative hole. Oh, that's very part of that. So when you want to focus on something, your brain is definitely will help you to make another decision, asking you this one, what does this mean? So that your brain can change it in another way to help you to radically change how you feel and what you decide to do. So this is very, very helpful. So I also want to carry on with this one. Is Tony always mentioned about this. We are the creators of our own meaning. If we take control. Otherwise, we let the external world tell us what is good, what is bad, what is terrible, or negative. We don't experience life. You and I experience what we focus on and the meaning that we give to it.
Yeah.
So powerful.
It's so powerful.
This sentence is so profound. Please, I can repeat that. We don't experience life. You and I experience what we focus on and the meaning we give to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, if life give you a pain and suffering, do you just want to suffer? No. Or you want to find a way to grow, or find a ways to come out or serve others? I think Joyce also mentioned, we all believe that life is always happening for us. It's not happening to us, it's happening for us. And our job in this world, or everyone's job in this world, is to find the benefit or find our meaning in this challenge. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's turn to a very things about perspective of problem. I want to talk about this story. Tony talked about this perspective of the problem, and it's very easy to remember. So there's a story where Tony have actually drive the car, and the car actually, I mean, not himself, but there's a story, the person drive a car and he meet a traffic jam and he's rushing to the office. So traffic jam is a problem, right? At that moment, yes, traffic jam is a problem. He's going to be late. And during the traffic jam, the car broke down. So he had to walk down and try to find people to help, but no one want to help him. So the car breakdown is a problem now, right? So so is the traffic jam a problem just now? But it's a problem now, right now? No, because your car broke down. You already remember about problem. Then you walk, and you try to find help, and you broke your ankle.
Oh my
You broke your ankle. Is your car broke down a problem now? You don't remember. You just remember your car breakdown. And you walk, but your car, your leg, your ankle is pain. And then you receive a call. Your wife call you, and she want to divorce you. So now, is your ankle pain a problem? No, right? You only remember about your divorce. Okay. And then you're very sad. And then you receive another call from your hospital telling you that after your MRI result, you have a cancer. You're going to live for the next 60 days. So is the divorce just now a problem? I don't think so. You will completely forget about that. You only remember about you only have 60 days to live. So this is, I'm not saying that any one problem is not a problem. Yes, it's a problem, but it's a perspective of what you think also. I can relate this so much. Is like a few months ago, like I lost a few thousand in investment. When I tell people about that, I can feel that although the person want to empathy you, but you can feel that to them it's like, yeah, so what? I mean, I have my own problem, so maybe I have my children problem, I have relationship problem. You have your own monetary problems. Of course, it's a problem, but it's a perspective. Whether you want to look at it as a problem or it's just a thing, is how you look at it. So every time I think about the problem I have, I will think about this story. and will think that, okay, it may not be a problem, maybe next day or the next minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
So this is what I want to tell about perspective of a problem. Yeah.
Yes, I love this narrative on
Yeah.
how we actually can think about problem.
So what Tony want to focus is like we must learn to discipline our disappointment. And some people let disappointment destroy them, or other, let it drive them. It become a choice. Another way is you can change your disappointment to appreciation. Like this is a chance for you to change. Like everything have two sides of a door. If you look at it, you can see the bad or you can see it as an opportunity. So why Tony say this is we must discipline our disappointment. For Tony, he himself already say, I got 40 companies below me. If you think that every company will be doing good in every day, is impossible. So if I let my happiness depends on one of the company issues on a day, happiness on a day, I will not be happy. So he already look at this as, something will happen, so we must discipline our disappointment. And I like what Tony always say about beautiful state. And Tony made a statement. He decided that my spiritual version of my life, the way I want to live every day, is being committed to living in a beautiful state, no matter what happened, no matter what happened. And the most important decision you can make now is to decide that life is too short to suffer, and you're going to appreciate, to enjoy the gift of life, no matter what happened. And whether you accept or not, life does not adapt to us. We must adapt to life. Yeah.
That's
And,
such a
and
beautiful
yeah.
sentence.
Yeah. And I like what Tony explained about beautiful state in this book. I think he talked about beautiful state a lot of time, but I like what he described about this beautiful state. He said about beautiful state is not perfect, isn't perfect, it's better than perfect. It's better than perfect. It's messy, it's playful, it's full of fun. So he asks us to be generous to yourself and to others, not taking yourself too seriously. So try to keep yourself better to foster a life filled with joy and happiness and meanings. Yeah. Joyce, you want to finish with the last
I
gift
think
Tony want to give to us?
the ultimate gift that Tony Robbins want to give is
The last sentence is the book actually. Yeah.
yes, is live life fully while you are here. Such a profound sentence, short, and it's so important. Experience everything. Take care of yourself and friends. Have fun. Be crazy. Be weird. Go out and screw up. You are going to anyway, so you might as well enjoy the process. That's the end of the book, and definitely encourage you all to read the book and take your time to digest the information from the first page to the last page. And thank you so much, and let us know what is your aha moment after you listen to our book date session today, and see you in the next episode.